History is filled with tales of wars, plagues, and fallen empires, but there is one year that stands out as a dark anomaly, literally. For centuries, historians puzzled over ancient records from Europe to China that described a sun that gave no light, a summer that never arrived, and a cold that felt like the end of the world. Today, we know that the year 536 AD was not just a bad year, it was the beginning of the most catastrophic decade in human history. Imagine waking up on a spring morning in the Mediterranean, expecting the warm glow of the sun, only to find a thick, blue-gray veil covering the sky. The sun, as Byzantine historian Procopius wrote, gave forth its light without brightness, like the moon, during this whole year. This wasn't a temporary eclipse. The darkness lasted for 18 grueling months. Across the globe, the consequences were immediate and devastating. In Ireland, the bread failure was recorded in ancient annals. In China, it snowed in August. Temperatures across the northern hemisphere plummeted by nearly 2.5 degrees Celsius, triggering the coldest decade in over 2,300 years. Crops failed everywhere. Hunger turned into mass famine, and weakened populations became the perfect breeding ground for something even more terrifying, the plague of Justinian, which would eventually wipe out nearly half of the Roman Empire's population. But for over 1,500 years, the why remained a mystery. Was it a comet? A cosmic cloud of dust? It wasn't until recently, through the ultra-precise analysis of ice cores from Swiss glacier and tree rings from across the world, that scientists found the culprit. The nightmare began with a massive volcanic eruption in Iceland. This cataclysmic event spewed millions of tons of ash and sulfur into the atmosphere, creating a volcanic winter that wrapped the Earth in a suffocating blanket. The sun's rays were reflected back into space, leaving the ground cold and the air filled with toxic grit. Two more major eruptions followed in 540 and 547 AD. The world was effectively trapped in a cycle of darkness and cooling that lasted for over a century. This wasn't just a natural disaster, it was a geopolitical reset button. The collapse of agricultural systems led to the fall of the Teotihuacan Empire in Mexico. It weakened the Sassanid Empire in Persia and forced mass migrations across Eurasia. The modern map of the world was shaped by the chaos that started in 536. Today, we look at 536 AD as a haunting reminder of how fragile our global systems truly are. In an era of modern technology, we feel invincible. But these ancient records, written in ice, wood, and the desperate ink of starving historians, tell a different story. They tell us that our civilization exists at the mercy of the Earth's geological fury. If a volcano in Iceland could plunge the entire medieval world into a century of darkness and death, we must ask ourselves, are we any more prepared for the next time the sky goes dark? The survivors of 536 AD had no idea what was happening to them. We, at least, have the science to understand the warning. If you found this journey into the darkest year of human history fascinating, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications. We explore the mysteries of science, history, and the forces that shape our world every week. Join our community of curious minds and never miss a story. Subscribe now and let us know in the comments, do you think modern society could survive a volcanic winter like 536 AD?